So we are the closest I think we've ever been to ranked modes in New World being a thing, but just a couple of more tweaks and changes around mainly balance, I think, until we can get that in order. And before you finish your comment, I definitely agree that uh, weapon viability is in the best place that it's ever been, but that isn't all that encompasses balance. And I've been trying to kind of get this point across. But I think once they can kind of get the holy trinity of things kind of plaguing PvP in order, mainly being healing, mobility, and CC, in my opinion, once they can get all those things in line, then I think we'll definitely be much, much closer. And then on top of that, we'll definitely need some sort of MMR or ELO rating system to accompany that. But we'll definitely need more players in general playing the game, I think, once or for a rank to be a thing. But with all that being said, we got some really, really, really dope matches on stream the other day with some of the homies. We're all running Rapier builds, but we got Astro on the Rapier Void setup, running a little bit more of a supporty kind of playstyle. The homie Mad Hatton on the updated Blade Master build, being our pseudo bruiser, and then I am running on the Ice Gauntlet, trying to set up plays and openings for us. But we are against a double bruiser fire staff comp here, and right away we just immediately get into a pretty crazy brawl right in the middle of the arena. You see, I'm already kind of forced to pop my Entomb, a couple of my cooldowns, pretty much all of my ice cooldowns, but we lead them into a pretty nasty trap into the ice shower. We almost get the kill, but they're able to take out Astro there, as these bruisers are going to be pretty difficult to take down with how much damage mitigation they have. We essentially have to play perfect, but you can see with the damage on this build now, with the bruisers chasing after Matt, I'm able to find a beautiful pickup there from behind with the flesh. And I'm going to go ahead and try to find the mage as both of the opponents have their attention on Mad. Put in quite a bit of damage, and that mage is out of stamina, able to pick up that kill pretty quickly and then throw down the shower on the remaining player. But yeah, a very, very, very clean round one. I find that usually my favorite aspect of small scale is the coordination. Didn't even really practice this setup, but just with our first fight, all three of us realized the potential with this setup. But we take a pretty clean round one, and we're gonna go ahead and see if we can find ourselves into a pretty crazy brawl again. We actually both decided to go for the one of the off routes, at least to start out the match, but then it looks like the enemy team does take a position up in the middle. And right as I spot one of the players jump off there, I try to call out to see if we can find a pick there. But he does make it back up on top, and I do go up and see if I can find an opening for my team. I land a disgusting parry on both and the shower, but you can see just how much damage we took in just that short amount of time. Had we been able to stay alive there, it would have been a really, really, really big opening for us, because not only do we have two of the bruisers stunned and rendered, but we had the shower on all three. But we all end up going down pretty quickly, and you can see just how difficult this matchup is for us. We are all on light armor and all in rapier builds, so we have to play pretty much perfectly to be able to win against this team. But we go ahead and we regroup, and jumping into the third round here, we decide to go ahead and jump into the middle this time, and we're going to try to play a little bit safer. I throw a shower on the backline there, and once again one of their players seems to have overextended, and we throw out the shower and are able to pick up a really, really nice kill before his teammates are able to realize and make it in time. But we aren't out of the waters yet. We still do have to play this perfectly and not make any mistakes, because we can all go down pretty quickly. But it does look like the mage does go for a retreat, and I do start to try to chase down the mage, but as I do, the bruiser does jump down from the pressure, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can jump onto the bruiser here and see if I can, or tank rather, being that this one player is in heavy armor with the tower shield, and see if we can find an opening, land a beautiful parry. Astro does get the flourish, but we follow up with the flesh, and Mad is able to take out the mage. So a pretty beautiful finish there for round two, and just really, really enjoyable fights right now, honestly. Like, It's actually insane the difference it makes not having a healer in the game. And that's kind of what I mean when I kind of speak about balance. But it is match point for us, and we are again brawling up in the middle here. I try to go ahead and flash to the back line to see if I can land a CC on the mage, but the one of the bruisers does follow it and land a leaping strike on me, and they get me pretty low. But I do manage to land a beautiful parry, get the orb from Astro, and able to do a disgusting amount of damage and finish off that one greatsword player. And it looks like as Astro and Mad were able to get the pressure out on the mage, they're able to finish them off, and that we get a pretty clean win in this match here. But we actually do end up going up against this team again. This was actually one of the days where it was pretty laggy, so I think it was only us doing groups of 3 queues for arena. But it is round 2, I guess, against this team. And jumping into round 1, we're going to see what adjustments they made. Starting out this round, though, we actually end up deciding to go off on the side instead of brawling up in the middle again. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and follow us down. And instead of having the brawl up in the middle, it's just going to be the exact same kind of scrap, but just in this smaller area. We immediately throw out the shower, and I get a beautiful couple of iframes there to avoid most of that CC. Land the parry as well to also mitigate the damage from the incoming burnout. We throw out the storm, and just a crazy fight ensues here. We're all pretty much just scrapping it out, and we're able to finish off the mage in the middle of that brawl. And we found the flesh as they're trying to escape, and it's down to the 2 bruisers. And again, we do have to be careful because we can go down pretty quickly here. But I do manage to get a finish on one of the bruisers there as our teammates are putting in a lot of pressure, and a very fast round 1 right there. The fact that we're all committing to these brawls instead of trying to like position ourselves and look for combos is I think what's making these fights so fun, because we're pretty much just straight up scrapping it out. But jumping into the next round here, the enemy team decides to go for the lower route, and I immediately throw a storm and try to go for an aggressive play and land some CC, but we get caught by a nasty shield bash. I do have my entomb up and I land a shower there, but a lot of pressure on me. Mad goes down, I go down right after as we get 2 great swords kind of chopping into our back, and right after Astro goes down. So a little bit too aggro by us, and you can see just how easy it is for light armor to just pretty much get disintegrated. So we need to smarten up a little bit and just play a little bit smarter than we have been, but playing aggressive is definitely an option. And jumping into the 3rd round here, the enemy team seems to make a very similar route, but we don't go super aggro this time and waste all of our cooldowns. You can see I'm being way more precise and thoughtful with my movements right now. And we do manage to land a decent amount of CC, and a pretty big scrap does start or form up again. But I'm able to actually buy my teammates just enough time to finish off that mage there. And we were able to get a pretty clean finish. Do get a little bit of a bug animation there on the flesh. But I'm pretty much just playing that opportunist role. I'm really just trying to look for showers or parries that can set up openings for my teammates to put in a lot of damage. And then if I'm unable to do so, then I can at least fall back on Mad running the Blade Master to at least pick up a little bit of the pressure off of me and survive while I'm trying to get back into the fight. But really fun round. You can see just how much fun we're having here. But we jump into match point for us again. The enemy team again goes for the lower route, and I try to again land the shower, but these bruisers are doing a really good job of interrupting me and getting a shield bash whenever I'm trying to CC them. And a pretty crazy brawl once again opens up. We get some pretty nice roots on both the mage and the bruiser though, but I am under a lot of pressure, and so is Astro. Both of us trying to escape and just get away with our lives. We just barely dodged that fireball there. Astro does go down, so it is left to just me and Mad here, and I need to really lean on the Ice Gauntlet here to see if we can buy ourselves enough time to win this match. And I can see that the mage is back there out of stamina. Mad lands a beautiful stagger, which buys me just enough time to stick onto that mage and find a kill. We also land a beautiful ice shower right after, so at least buys a little bit of time to regenerate some health. But we are getting a lot of pressure right now by both of these bruisers. We land the parry on one of them. Mad lands the stagger, and we flush through right as we see that detonate coming. But a pretty insane fight right now, and Mad goes back in for a kill or at least some pressure, and I'm trying to see if I can follow up on the target that he did go on. Doing a really good job of not getting caught by any of these hammer stuns into a long CC chain though, which is going to be really the thing that gets us kills here. And just really jumping around on our rapiers and trying to find an opening, because this is a really tough matchup right now. We do have one of them pretty low though, and I'm almost trying to use my health right now to bait one of them into staying low. And you can see I jump out of the entomb, and instead of healing, we go for the opening on one of the bruisers that we see, get a beautiful kill, and we're actually able to pull out the 2v3 with me and Mad here. The stagger on the mage was really the thing that I feel like won us this round. If he didn't land that and allow me or buy me enough time to finish off that mage, it would have been too much pressure, I feel like, to deal with both of these bruisers. And I almost actually go down, but we were able to finish off the kill there. But a beautiful match. GG's to all of the opponents and all of the homies. As always, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video though, and I'll see you on the next one.